Next we're going to do the friction plate, figure 288. It shows an outside, or the big circle, this has a 6-inch diameter, so we're going to start by marking that off. And I'm going to mark 3 inches on each side of my center. Before I started, I found the center of the page. And again, on a lot of these drawings we're doing, you really need to draw it in lightly to start with, because there will be some erasing that goes on. And on this one, I'm not going to draw the entire object, but I will draw 1/4 of it in order to show you how to do it. Alright, so let's start by finding our, well, let's go ahead and draw in our next circle diameter, which is a 4 3/4. 4 3/4, so 2 3/8 on each side of the center. Alright, next let's find our circles, and it tells us that this is 30 degrees and this is 30 degrees, and if from here to here is 90, that's going to leave 30 degrees measured from this direction. So we'll draw in a light line here. The next one is 30 degrees away from that, so we use our 60-degree side of our triangle, and we can draw in those with a template. It tells us that those have a 1/2-inch drill hole, so that's going to be a 1/2-inch diameter. And we'll line those up. And draw them in. Okay, next is a little bit of a challenge with my table I have here. And I have lost one of my, there it is. Alright, if I have the 45 and the 30-degree angle together, I get a 75, so that is this at the top. It tells us is here it tells us it's 30 degrees total, so it's 15 degrees on each side of our center marks. And for time's sake, I'm not going to use my circle eraser shield, but you would erase this area and then go back and darken this in this part here, this would be center lines, so we want at least a darkened center mark, which is the little X that marks the center of a circle. And the next thing on our drawing is our center, and the center has a 2-inch diameter. Again, I'm going to use my templates because it's quicker, faster, easier, and many times neater. I'll lightly draw it in. There'll be some erasing on it also. Alright, it tells us that this little cutout, this little keyway, is a 1/2 inch wide. And because there's 4 of them, they're going to be perpendicular to each other, and it's showing it going halfway between our 90 and our 0, so that's going to be on a 45 degree. So we're going to draw in a 45 degree line lightly again, and I'm going to measure 1/4 inch on each side of that. And lightly draw those in. Then I'm going to measure up 1/4 inch, and using my 45 degree triangle, draw the top. Then I would go back, darken what I need to darken, and erase what I don't need. That is how you draw figure 288 friction plate.